What's up, guys? How's it going today? Let's look at what's in our buckets that you're going to pick up on Thursday. The buckets are all marked with your name on it, and then we have various things inside to work on your projects. First of all, your two plaques. You have the small plaque, and you have the large plaque. So that's one project. Another project is going to be, we'll call this the desktop nameplate. Desktop nameplate, that's what we're going to call it. So, this project, what you're going to do is, it comes apart, it's already pre-cut with the dado in the middle here. I'm going to show you how that's cut later. But you guys are going to take that, and then inside your plastic bag there's some small finish nails. You'll turn it upside down on a bench or a table or even on the ground and nail 3 nails in it, in the bottom of it, and then you're going to wood burn your name on each side of the nameplate and stain it and varnish it. Before you nail it together, you'll sand it, you'll wood burn your name in it, you'll stain it, then you'll nail it together, and then the last thing you'll do is put the clear coat, the varnish on it in 2 coats. It will be a lot easier to stain separated so you can get it in the groove, get it in around the edges good, because when you put it in the groove, you can't get to those edges as good. So you're going to stain it first, then nail it together, then varnish it. So those are the steps you're going to take for your nameplate, desktop nameplate. All right, so those are your 3 projects that are in your bucket. Stuff you're going to need, the wood burner obviously, because you're going to wood burn whatever you want on the project. The wood burner there, I'm going to open it. In the next video, I'll show you exactly what you do with that. In your plastic bag is the sandpaper. You've got 3 fine sheets. Yeah, 3 fine sandpaper, 4 medium sandpaper, that's the one you'll use the most. And there's 2 coarse sheets here. These are all different grit. You won't need much of the coarse grit, but you will need the 100 and the fine sandpaper. All right. Also in the baggie, we have those finish nails I told you about for nailing the nameplate together. And then we have these little alligator clips. They look like, right? No, they're picture holders or frame holders. Has nothing to do with an alligator. All right, and so these go on after the plaques are burned and stained and varnished. They're going to go on the back of the plaque, and you put a screw in it and a nail in the wall or whatever, and then you can hang your projects from the wall. So each plaque will have a clip inside and some screws and your sandpaper. Then you'll have sponge brushes. You have 2 for staining, 2 for the first coat of varnishing, and 2 bigger ones for the second coat of varnish. You'll try to stain and varnish everything together, so don't put any varnish on the plaques or the name until you have them all ready to go. Sanded and it's burned and everything's ready. Then stain them, varnish them together so you don't waste brushes. Okay, then you have a can of stain. You have a can of stain and a can of varnish. Okay? I'll go through the steps in a minute on how you stain and varnish correctly, but those are your contents of your bucket. And then a little piece of a measuring tape for measuring and laying out your plaques. All right, now I threw some blocks of wood in here. One, you'll need again later, it says spacer on it. You're gonna need it for the napkin holders, but you can use it or you can practice burning or whatever. These extra blocks, this block we're gonna use as a sanding block. So if we have a sanding block and we wrap our sandpaper around the sanding block, it makes it easier for sanding your project. All right? And remember, we always sand with the grain. And we'll lay that out again too. So you have scrap wood for practicing your burning, and the sanding block, and a spacer. And that's about it. That's all, folks. So I'll see you in the next video.